Branches. Let's get real. Of course, we all want to get the branches up and running as soon as possible and provide them with the resources and information they need. That's because we know that our power is based on and rooted in local communities, and the branches are needed urgently so that we can contest local elections, build strong, successful campaigns on local issues, and grow our membership. However, the situation on the ground is messy. Here's the reality and what we at the Many are proposing to do about it. We're grateful that we have many Your Party groups that have been set up around the country. They're at various stages of development. Some are large and active, some are small and at an early stage. In some areas, there are even several Your Party groups in competition with each other. The boundaries these groups aim to represent are not always clear. In any case, it's very likely that there will be gaps where there are no organised groups and potentially even areas that overlap. Without checking, we can't tell whether a group has successfully reached out and built a large membership welcoming in all the members of Your Party that they can find, or whether it is just a group of friends that has set up themselves up with no genuine attempt to reach out. Crucially, not all members will be aware of local groups in their area. So proposals to immediately recognise all proto-branches aren't just nonsensical, they also risk excluding those members who are not already part of organised groups, and that is not the inclusive and accessible party we are wanting to build. We also need to take into account that in some areas there are independent socialist groups that came together to successfully contest local elections and want to join Your Party as soon as they can do so formally. Such groups should also be considered as potential bases for a local Your Party branch. We need to work fast and get going as soon as the CEC elections are over. And as we do so, we need to make sure we act responsibly with members' data, a 101 for any organisation, let alone a political party. The CEC members must visit all Your Party and linked groups to get a sense of the reality on the ground, gain local advice about viable branch boundaries and how best to ensure that all areas are appropriately covered. We need to work with them to set up the initial branch meetings to ensure that they are at accessible venues, invitations sent to all Your Party members in the branch area with enough notice that a large number of them are able to attend either in person or online. We need to make sure that those standing as officers for the branch have the chance to provide all members with solid evidence as to their track record and expertise, and that members have the right to question candidates so that those elected have the full confidence of the members. In terms of funding, I don't have any real knowledge of the state of funding of the party, and it's vital that the CEC is able to get a clear picture of this as soon as possible. We need to get local branches properly funded as soon as they are formed to enable them to quickly campaign in the elections and on local issues and to build the membership. There needs to be a fair way to decide how much each branch should receive, based on things like existing membership, size of the area they cover, and track record of existing activities, as well as to power our community organising efforts. Members' data is a precious resource which must be managed responsibly and according to legal requirements. All branches need to appoint a data protection officer who needs to have had the necessary training, and they need to agree legally compliant data management rules. As soon as this is done, the data regarding all Your Party members within the branch area should be made accessible to the branch data protection officer. All this can sound terribly bureaucratic and complicated, but Your Party has shown it can move remarkably quickly and come up with processes that might not be perfect, but are good enough. We need to get moving. We just need to make sure that the foundation is solid enough to get us off to a good start, knowing we can fix any minor problems later. It's a big challenge, but if we all work together, we can do it.